Hey guys, got a little more trig today with some angles and radian measure. I don't know if you're familiar with radians or not, but so maybe something new for you. We'll see, and we'll work on it here. All right, first of all, standard position of angles, initial side, terminal side, all the things. Now, I'm going to explain it from the picture here. Every angle that we usually draw on a coordinate plane in trig is drawn from the origin, the vertex of the origin. We say the initial side is the positive x-axis. The other side of the angle is called the terminal side. And what happens, we think about it like this, like the angle, the terminal side is moving around the graph, in that direction, it goes there. Well, obviously, if it moves to right here, it gets to 90 degrees, 180 degrees, keeps going to 270. If it goes all the way around the whole graph, it's gone 360 degrees, the whole circle there. And it can keep going. We can get more than 360 degrees. One more thing to think about, it can also go this direction, which would be like if it went to right there, it'd be negative 180 instead of positive 180. So there are negative angles as well. Okay, so lots of new stuff here with the way we measure angles. But for this slide, make sure you know standard position means vertex at the origin. The initial side is the positive x-axis. The terminal side is the other side that's not on the positive x-axis. Let me show you a couple examples here. What they're going to have you do is what these directions say here. It says draw an angle with the given measure in standard position. So if we have a graph like this, and I'm going to draw 240 degrees. Now remember what this represents 90. That's a 180. That's 270. That's a bad 270. Do that again. That's 270, and this is 360. So if I'm going to draw 240, first of all, the first side is on the positive x-axis. If I'm going to go to 240, I've got to go almost to 270 down there, so about right there, and it would look just like this. You need to draw it like that with a little part of a circle and an arrow at the end to kind of show which direction you went. Okay, let me show you the next one. Next one says 500. Okay, it's going to be crazy here. We'll see if you can follow me. Let me see if I can erase this blue thing I just drew here. Okay, so let's do another one. So the positive x-axis, and I'm going to go 500, okay, which means if I go all the way around, that's 360. 90 more is 450. So if I go 50 more, which is not quite 90 more, it puts me about right there. That's 500 degrees, okay, about right there. But look what I did. I went all the way around once and then around some more to get to 500 degrees. Okay, that's what that would look like. I'll show you one more here. The one that says negative 50 degrees. Okay, if it says negative 50 degrees, starting in the same spot, positive x-axis. And if it's a negative angle, you're going to go around the circle that direction, the opposite direction. Now, that means this is negative 90 degrees. That's negative 180. That's negative 270. I just have to go negative 50. Okay, so negative 50 is not quite down to negative 90. It's about right there, probably going in this direction. And that's going to be negative 50 degrees. And that's how that works. All right, next part says find one positive angle and one negative angle that are coterminal. That's a big word. Coterminal means this. It means an angle that's got the same initial and terminal side but has a different measure. Now, I'll show you what that means. Again, it looks like the same angle, but the degree is different. So the first one says negative 45. So let's draw negative 45 first. Start here. Remember, that's negative 90. So negative 45 is halfway to negative 90, going right there. So that's negative 45. Okay, now I need a negative one and a positive one that's the same thing as negative 45, which means it's going to look exactly the same. I'm just going to get there in different directions. So the positive way would be going around this way, obviously. If I go from here all the way to there, that's the positive angle that's coterminal because it looks exactly the same. But instead of being negative 45, it's 45 away from where the 360 was. So if I go 45 away from 360, that blue angle right there is 315 degrees. So 315 is coterminal to negative 45 because the initial side and the terminal side look exactly the same. Now I got to find a negative one. Also, to find a negative one, what I'm going to do is I got to go the negative direction. But I can go all the way around and then back to there. If I go all the way around, that's negative 360 and go negative 45 again, that's negative 405. So negative 405 is the negative angle that's coterminal, which means the two sides are in the same spot, but the measure is different. Now here's a secret. The quick way to find coterminal angles is take the angle you start with, if you know, and just do this. Just add 360 and subtract 360 degrees, and that will give you your two coterminals most of the time. All right, let's do the second part. The second part says negative 395 degrees. Sorry, 395 degrees. So let's draw it again. I'm going to go here. initial side. If I can go 395, remember this is 360. That's 180 over there. If I go 395, I'm going all the way past 360, 35 more. So that angle looks, that's what 395 looks like. Okay, now I want one negative one. If I'm going to go negative to the same spot, I'm going to start here, go all the way to there, which puts me, well, 395 is 35 away from 360, which means I just went negative, almost negative 360, but 35 away, which means I just went negative 325 degrees. So negative 325 would be coterminal with 395. And if I want to find a positive one, I'm going to go the positive direction, end up the same spot. I'll just do this. I just go like, boom, just that far. Okay, how far did I just go? 35 degrees. All right, now one more time. The quickest way to get this is not by drawing the picture, which drawing the picture is okay, but the quickest way to get coterminal angles is subtract 360 degrees, which, by the way, that'd be 35. And because I need a negative angle as well, I would just subtract negative 360 again. Subtract 360 again. All right. Coterminal, big word there. Okay, the last thing we're going to do is convert degrees and radians to each other. So if I have an angle in degrees, we haven't talked about radians yet. A radian is a different way to measure an angle. Instead of using degrees, you can use radians. We'll talk about that in class tomorrow. I'll try to explain that to you so you can really understand exactly what that is. But anyway, if you have a degree, let's say you got, well, any kind of degree measure, like 70 degrees, you're going to multiply by pi over 180. Pi over 180. Now, when you go from radians to degrees, you go just the opposite. Let's say we start out with an angle like 3 pi over 4, which is what a radian angle looks like. You multiply by 180 over pi. Okay, so it's just multiplication really. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to give you a shortcut for both of these tomorrow, but I don't want to do it on the video because I don't think you'd get it. But once you do a couple of them, I think you'll get the shortcut, and I'll show you that tomorrow in class. Let me show you 2 examples and we're done. All right, the first one, it says convert the degree measure to radians or the radian measure to degrees. Okay, so the first one's degrees. Now, the way I remember, that's not very good, 120. I'm sorry, my handwriting today. Okay, 120. Now, here's the way I remember it. Because I need the degrees to cancel, that means the 180 degrees is going to go on the bottom and the pi is going to go on the top. And so what's going to happen here is these cancel. Well, let's go ahead and multiply. If I multiply, I get 120 pi over 180. The degree symbol's canceled. And that's really 12 over 18. If I forget the zeros, keep on reducing. That's going to be 2 pi over 3. Right? That's the radians. That's all you do. Okay, let's go the other way. Let's go to degrees. To degrees, I'm going to do this. Now, this time, I'm thinking, okay, the pi's got to cancel, which means the 180's got to go on the top. The degrees can't cancel. The pi's got to cancel. So that cancels. That gives me 180 divided by 12. Everybody knows 180 divided by 12 is like 15. So it's 15 degrees. And again, I got a shortcut for you to work on those like that tomorrow instead of doing the work, but that's also how you do it. That's a real method for how you do those. All right. Well, a lot of stuff in that short video. We'll, like we always do, just kill it tomorrow in class, and I'll see you then. Bye.